Hey guys, this is Lost Cities, the card game. Don't be fooled, it is really a quite simple game, but that does not mean it is not enjoyable. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. So Lost Cities, the card game, you've got a couple of things here, main components. You've got this board that folds like that. It has two sides on it. One has this purple over here, so it's got 6 different card options right there with the purple, and this other side just has the 5 with the purple not in there. So if you're playing a game without the purple, the base game would be a little bit shorter, or if you're wanting to play a longer, more difficult game, you could play with the purple. So you'll take those out and then shuffle all the cards, deal 8 to each player, and what you're trying to do is go on these expeditions and get as many points as possible. So as you're going on these expeditions, you have 8 cards in your hand, you've got this extra stack of cards, and you are going to play a card and then grab a card. That's what you're going to do every single time. And so playing a card, you play a card out in front of you, and then you're making these columns of these different expeditions you're going on. And your opponent is doing the exact same thing over here. They're taking one, they're playing one, and then drawing one. And then you're playing one and taking one, and they're playing one and taking one. So it really can be a really fast game going back and forth. If it comes to a point where you can't or don't want to play, then you go ahead and you can discard a card in whatever row is of that color, and then you still would draw a card. So sometimes you might not be able to play, like right here, I have a 4, 5, and then 10. And so because I have that 10 on there, I can no longer play anything under that. Actually, at no time can you play anything less than the number that's on top. So the 4, once you play the 4, you can't play the 2 or the 3 or the little handshakes. And then the 5, you can't play anything under that. Once I put the 10 on, that's the highest, so I wouldn't be able to put anything on that one anymore. But it is worth 10 points. So it's kind of a balance of when you want to put things down, how long you want to hold them, that kind of a thing. Now these handshakes are really interesting. This counts kind of as a 0 in some senses, I like to look at it, because you have to play that one first. So once you put another card there, you can't put any more on there, but that will multiply the total of that column at the end of the game. If you have 2 of them, it will multiply. If you have 1, it'll multiply it by 2. 2 of these cards multiplies your total by 3, and then if you have 3 of these, it multiplies it by 4. So really interesting the way that works as well. It's a very interesting game, working out the timing of when to play cards, when to hold cards, when to discard, and that kind of thing. So really enjoyable game. This is just a quick overview of what it is. Even though it is really quite simple, it is a game that is very enjoyable and plays super quick. So if you're looking for a game for 2 people that you can just pull out and play really pretty quick, this is a wonderful game for something like that. So hopefully that's given you guys just a touch and taste of what this game is, what it does, and why it may or may not be right for you.